Before going to have a brief introduction of Buddhist monuments and their typology, let us have a brief introduction of our course. As we know, the present course consists of 4 credits. In the first credit, we will discuss the sacred sites related to the life of the Buddha. Lumbini, where Siddhartha Gautama was born; Bodh Gaya, where he attained enlightenment; Sarnath, where he delivered his first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta; and lastly, Kushinagar, where Buddha attained Mahaparinirvana. During the time of Mauryan king Ashok, Buddhism received royal patronage, as a result of which Buddhism not only disseminated in India but also crossed the boundaries of ancient India. Next 3 credits will throw light on the Buddhist heritage sites of India spread in different geographical regions as well as modern Buddhist tourist sites. Let us move to next credit. In credit 2, we will study the Buddhist heritage sites of northern, eastern and northeastern India. We will undertake a virtual journey of ancient Buddhist University of Vikramshila, the Grand Buddhist Stupa at Kesariya, Buddhist heritage triangle of Ratnagiri, Udayagiri, Lalitgiri and other important sites. Credit 3 is devoted to the study of Buddhist heritage sites of central and western India. The world heritage sites such as Sanchi, Ajanta and Ellora in these regions have been major points of attraction for international tourists. Besides a virtual journey to these sites in this credit, we will also be discussing other important Buddhist sites from these regions such as Sirpur, Junnar, Karle, Bhaje, Kaneri, Pitarkhora and recently excavated Buddhist site of Vadnagar in Gujarat. The 4th credit will shed light on Buddhist heritage sites of South India and modern Buddhist tourist sites. You will be virtually visiting and understanding important Buddhist sites such as Amravati, Nagarjunakonda, Guntappalli, Salihundam and Phanigiri. The 20th century witnessed the revival of Buddhism in India. So, in the 4th credit, you are also going to study modern Buddhist sites such as the Diksha Bhumi at Nagpur, Dharamsala in Himachal Pradesh and Global Vipassana Pagoda at Mumbai. The course aims to provide an outline of Buddhist heritage sites in India, though only exception is made in the case of Lumbini. Lumbini, though it belongs to Nepal, is included because it is Buddha's birthplace and it is easy to approach from India. It is necessary to have a brief introduction of typology of Buddhist monuments and their genesis and development through the ages. Equally important is to understand the process of historical evolution of Buddhist symbols, Buddhist images and images of Buddhist deities and their relevance in Buddhist culture. Without having background of this, it will become quite difficult to understand the significance of Buddhist heritage tourism. Let us have a brief introduction to Stupa. Stupa is a commemorative monument erected over sacred relics of the Buddha and his disciples. The pre-Buddhist practice of constructing stupas had attained wide acceptance in the Buddhist tradition as a mode of veneration to the Buddha. In the Mahaparinirvana Sutta, the Buddha stated that stupas should be erected over his and his disciples' bodily remains. Stupas on the sacred relics of the Buddha were erected at 8 places including Kushinara, Vaishali, Kapilvastu and Rajagruha. The Buddhist stupas are broadly classified into 4 categories. Number 1, Sharik stupas. Sharik stupas are erected over the relics of the Buddha and Buddhist teachers. Second, Paribhogik stupas. Paribhogik stupas were constructed over the belongings of the Buddha. Third, Uddeshik stupas. Uddeshik stupas were commemorative of the events from the Buddha's life. And 4, Votive stupas. Votive stupas were erected by pilgrims at sacred sites for attaining merit. A stupa consists of a platform, hemispherical dome and a squarish enclosure on the top with a superimposed umbrella, and it is generally enclosed by railing and sometimes provided with a gateway. The stupas of North and Central India are massive hemispherical structures, whereas the stupas of South India are comparatively smaller in size and constructed on wheel pattern. Noteworthy Buddhist stupas are located at Sanchi, Sarnath, Vaishali, Amravati, Nagarjunakonda, Kanaganahalli and Kesariya. Let us have a brief information of Vihar, another important type of Buddhist monuments. Vihar that is monastery, is an essential component of a Buddhist monastic establishment used for residential purposes. The Buddha advised monks and nuns to stay in one place during the monsoon, which necessitated the construction of monastic establishments. Early structural monasteries were established at Rajagruha, Shravasti, Kausambi and Vaishali during the lifetime of the Buddha. Structural viharas were generally squarish on a plan with a center courtyard open to the sky for ventilation, having cells mostly on all the sides with an entrance at the front. They also consisted of different structures such as Upatthana-shalas, that is the assembly halls, Kappiya kutis, storehouses, Chankamanashala, rooms with a walkway and many more. Chaityagrahas. Chaityagrahas, also mentioned as a Chaityaghara in epigraphic records, is a prayer hall meant for the veneration of Buddha. Buddhist textual sources mention Chaityas associated with the worship of Yakshas and Yakshinis. It is a generally upsider on a plan with a stupa or an image of Buddha in the back end. The arrangement of circumambulatory path is an important feature of Buddhist Chaityagrahas. Besides the prevalent upsidal form, circular and rectangular forms of Chaityagrahas are also noticed in a Buddhist rock cut as well as structural architecture. In early Chaityagrahas, stupa is a principal object of veneration, which has been replaced by an image of the Buddha in the later period. After having a brief introduction to the structural monuments, let us have a brief introduction of rock cut monuments. Buddhist rock cut caves commenced in western India in the 3rd-2nd century before the Common Era and continued till the 9th-10th centuries of the Common Era. Buddhist caves were excavated primarily for the accommodation of Buddhist Sangha during a rainy retreat, that is a Vatsavasa or Varshavasa. The Buddhist rock cut monuments are classified based on their plans, which vary according to their functions. These types include two important types, that is Chaityagraha prayer hall and Vihar monastery, along with other types which include Mandap assembly hall, Nirvanvithi memorial stupa gallery and Dhyana Kaksha, that is a meditation chambers. Chaitya is the abode of veneration of the Buddha. It is generally upsidal in plan with a stupa in the curved end at the back. Stupa is the principal object of worship. Chaitya is generally divided into central nave and side aisles with a row of pillars. The facade of Chaitya is provided with a huge Chaitya arch which enables light to enter the hall. Besides religious significance, the stupa in Chaitya also serves as an important place in Buddhist meditation as it represents the master, the Buddha. Beside the widely seen upsidal form of Chaityagraha, circular and rectangular forms are also noticed in Buddhist caves of western India. Vihar is an essential component of a Buddhist monastic establishment that serves residential purposes. Although the architectural pattern of rock cut monasteries was not uniform in the Buddhist caves, the plan of monasteries provides an outline of architectural development. Early viharas are simple in plan, having cells on all three sides of the cave. Another notable feature of the early Buddhist monasteries of western India is that the doors of the cells of the vihara are generally topped by Chaitya arches, and the successive Chaitya arches of two cells are interconnected with a band of Vedika. Later on, Chatushala plan of vihara caves was developed, wherein a vihar consisted of squarish hall with the cells on three sides of the hall except at the front with the veranda. Mandap is a type of Buddhist cave found in western India which has been identified on the basis of epigraphic evidence. Mandap, also mentioned Matapa in the inscription, is mostly square in plan with or without a long running bench on three sides of the cave. These caves were excavated for religious meetings, especially the fortnightly Uposat ceremony. The inscriptions refer to these caves as a Upatthana-shala. It seems that these Mandapa caves were also used as a dining hall, attested from the epigraphic evidence. Nirvanvithi is a memorial stupa gallery wherein stupas are either excavated or constructed in a memory of a famous Buddhist monks. It is usually irregular in shape consisting of a series of stupas excavated during different time periods. These stupas have sockets to preserve the relics of the monks. The inscriptional records from Kaneri, a Buddhist monastic site, provides important information that such stupas were erected in the memory of learned monks. Early Buddhist cave sites are located at Bhaja, Thanale, Junnar, Kondane, Bersa, Pitarkhora, Nashik, Karle, Kaneri in Maharashtra. A significant transformation occurred in the Buddhist rock cut architecture from the 2nd century of Common Era onwards till the late 3rd century of the Common Era, which gave rise to Chaityakam Vihara, combining two different architectural models, that is a Chaitya and Vihara, in a single type. Buddhist caves of this type are located at Kuda, Mahad, Shelarwadi and Karad.